All right, it says I'm live. Go over to the Facebook page, see if scooch in a little bit. Yeah, awesome. All right. Oh, I see we have 3 people joining us so far. That's probably you and I. Let's see. Hello, everyone. I am just trying to get my feed started so I can see what's happening. All right, I think I'm all set. Hey everybody, Andy Hayes here, founder and creator of Plum Deluxe. We're doing a Facebook Live Q&A today, quarantine style, from here in my backyard. Everyone's getting a good look at the roof on the porch. It's always a good thing to have a double check. Give us some hearts if you're excited to be here. I would love to see in the comments who's here, where you're from, where are you watching from. Tell us in the comments. I'd like to see. Take a sip here from my squirrel mug. It is a bit of a comedic relief today. Kieran, who works for us, gave that to me as a gift. So it's pretty. It's pretty funny. It's a pretty easy to break mug, I think, but. So, let's see. Jenna, everything's still good? I don't see anything in the feed. Hi, Becky. How are you? How do I see the feed? I just see me talking. Oh. Here, let me try my phone, you guys, and then we'll get started with some questions. So we're doing a live Q&A today. If you have questions that you brought with you, please get those over to us. You can just leave it in the comments in the feed. It would help Jenna out, who is my kind of behind-the-scenes producer today, if you would put the word question in front of your question so that we know that that's a question, just in case we don't miss it. Oh, there we go. I see Becky. Becky's comment. I see Becky's a top fan, which we appreciate. Plum Deluxe. I'm just opening up this on my phone so I can see it, hopefully. Although then it might start talking to you in your ear, Jenna. Awesome. Yeah, I see more on my phone than I do on the website. Let's see. Awesome. Well, guys, I see we have people still joining us. So again, hi, I'm Andy, founder and creator of Plum Deluxe. We're doing a live Q&A today. Just wanted to check in with everyone, see how you're all doing. Hopefully you've got something nice to drink. I'm hanging out here with my squirrel friend, mug that Kieran got me. Hi, Noelle. Thank you. Yes, we're in my backyard with the shelter-in-place order. Most people who can work from home are at home, so I have no crew to help me go live in the office. So I thought it would just be nice to be here at home. The camellias are blooming like crazy. And so, yeah, it's just kind of a nice place to be hanging out with all of you. Thank you, Tracy. The squirrel friend is pretty fun. Yeah, so before we get started, I suppose just want to take a second and, just say we're all really thinking about you guys. The situation is just unprecedented is the word that I think keeps coming around. Even though, we did have a pandemic in 1918, but I don't think any of us were around, and we certainly didn't have tools like this to keep us connected, so I'm really glad for that. I know it's difficult. I know a lot of people are really struggling, and so I hope that you just remember that we're all having the same experience together. It's very unique in that oftentimes when we go through things that are really scary or challenging, we go through them in our individual lives, but it's kind of interesting that we're all doing this thing together. So I'm really grateful for all the emails that have been shared, and that we have things like the Facebook Lives and the Zooms, which I'll talk about in just a second, to keep us all connected. I see some more folks joining. Yes, Noel, the birds. Hopefully you can't hear the construction going on down the street either. Hi, Cindy. We're well and safe right now. We're doing the best that we can, given the situation. Hi, Jezza. Tell your youngest happy birthday. Happy first birthday. Cheers. You can tell him all about what a pandemic is later, I think. Hi, Jill. I hope that things are as lovely in Minnesota as they are here in Portland today. So, guys, today is a live Q&A. So, if you have questions for us, but I guess it's just me, drop them in the feed below. Happy to answer questions. I already have some that were pre-submitted, so I'm going to go through those first. If you can put the word question in front of your question so we can see it, that would be really helpful, because as things get going, the feed tends to be quite crazy. Before I get into the questions, I wanted to mention that Kieran and Jenna are having a virtual tea party on Saturday. That's pretty exciting. The link and information on how to sign up for that is in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the group, make sure that you hop over there. And also, we are doing more create and sips, since people are doing a lot of sipping and creating from home. And so the next one I have down here is Saturday, the 25th at 1 p.m. Pacific. It's 10 a.m. Eastern, something like that. I cannot be relied on for time allocation, so I wouldn't trust that. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to connect with others in the community, so make sure to take advantage of those if and when you can. So let's see. I'm going to hop over to questions. I have an extra document here. I'm actually here alone. There's nobody else here, which seems really weird. Normally when we do our lives, there's probably like 2 people in the background doing things and hanging out. So I have Jenna in my ear, and I have a computer here to help guide us, so hopefully that'll work. We're trying something new. That's kind of the thing that happens when we find ourselves in brave new worlds like the one that we're in. We have to do new things and try new ways of doing things, and so here we are. So let's see. I'm going to cover a couple of the pre-submitted questions first, and then I'll answer the questions that came in, that are coming into the feed. So if you have a question, be sure to drop into the feed, and we'll answer your questions. So the first question was, when do Easter teas and accessories end? The plan for the Easter teas was for them to just be around the month of April, because most of them we have limited stock. So don't wait on those if you're wanting those. That includes the Easter basket blend and the cute bunny. I wish I had brought one with me from the office to show you. Unfortunately, crazy day, and I totally forgot. I apologize. But Kieran took the most adorable photos of them, so I think that kind of gives a good illustration. So those will mostly just be around for the month of April. The Easter basket tea for sure is just the month of April. So if you're wanting any of those, make sure you grab them for the months up. I did have a sidebar question here, which was asking about when do teas like Huckleberry and Red Velvet and Custard Apple end. And the good news is they don't. So those were launched at the same time as some of the spring seasonal teas. But they're signature blends. They're, I think last time I went live, I called them Forever Teas. And those are Forever Teas. As long as we can still make them, we will. So don't have to worry about those. So Custard Apple, Red Velvet, and Huckleberry. The Huckleberry is very popular right now. And I imagine it will be even more so this summer with the hot weather and it being a great iced tea. But Red Velvet, great in case you're eating too much sugar on your quarantine. And then the Custard Apple is fantastic if you want to try something new. That's a great one to try. Let's see, and the other question that I had pre-submitted was, what is the most popular spring seasonal blend? So I have to think about with all the spring seasonals. We've got almond cherry, we've got cocoa lavender chai, we've got sweet rose, we've got a new tea that we haven't had before, which is a lilac. I would say the lilac is definitely up there. A lot of people trying that. But the most popular for sure is the coconut lavender chai. Now, you might be thinking, coconut lavender, and it has a lot of lavender in it. That's crazy. What do you mean chai? But it's just one of those teas. Yeah, you got to try it. If you like all of those things, you got to try it together. It's really quite tasty. And does make a nice iced tea as well. Great for cold brew. I usually say that most lives. So if you're doing iced tea, cold brew is the best way to go. 1 to 2 teaspoons of tea per 8 ounces cold water in the fridge overnight. Easy peasy. I saw some comments about Huckleberry Love. Thank you. Appreciate that. Stacy, thank you. Really appreciate that. Let's see. Wow, they're pouring in. So I love that. Let's just keep driving. Okay. Question, will you be offering half pounds of tea? So at the beginning of the year, I did a video called 20 for 2020, which was all the new things we're going to be doing this year, and that included new sizes. Right now we only have the 1 ounce bags and the 1 pound bags for Tea Club members. I will be totally honest, the pandemic / apocalypse that has blown through definitely has slowed down some of those projects, so we don't have an update on the sizing. Whether that'll be 4 ounces or 8 ounces, 12 ounces, I don't know yet. Right now we can't get any new packaging. We're doing our best to get packaging, period. So there's no update on that, unfortunately. Let's see. Are we still shipping? Yes, we are. We're actually shipping 7 days a week. That is because we can only have a handful of people in the office at the same time. And so we've had to spread everybody out. So everyone's working weird hours. But we're doing our best to stay safe and stay on top of your orders. So just keep an eye out. We're updating the website as anything changes. So as for now, everything's all good. Question, I love the bunny teapot. It is pretty adorable, I have to say. Will you ever have a teacup and saucer offer? Yes, absolutely. I had one ready to go, and unfortunately, coronavirus canceled that too. So yeah, that's just the time we live in. Yeah, so Teacup and Saucer got canceled, but we'll try again later. Let's see. How long will tea stay fresh unopened and after it's been opened? And what's the best way to keep it fresh? Well, if you're leaving them in the resealable bag, that's going to help because it's got a pretty good seal. But tea that's not opened will stay fresh for at least 2 years. After 1 year, I would say, like, are you really going to drink it, or should you just, gift it to a friend? But the tea stays fine for quite a while. That's just kind of the nature of the product. The only thing is you're going to notice over time the aroma isn't as much. We don't use fake flavorings or any of that artificial stuff. And so then the aroma just fades. You'll still have decent flavor. But after a couple years, let's be honest, if you haven't drank it, you're not going to. So that's what I think about that. Best way to keep it fresh is to keep it cool and dry. Do not put it in your freezer. It's terrible. It's way too wet. So don't do that. Best thing is just a cupboard. It's just a cupboard. Let's see. I am new to this site and page. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. Says, used to take a Japanese cherry blossom tea and was wondering if you had a similar tea. I have to think. I'm not sure what tea you had. We do have a couple of cherry teas on the site at the moment. There's you might have had a green tea, and there's a tea we've had for a long time called Garden Grove, which is a cherry jasmine green tea. It's really nice, especially for iced tea in the summer. So I like that. Also really popular, and it has such an adorable story. One of our club members had this blend made. We worked with her to make it. It was a custom blend called Cherry L'Amour, or Champs-Élysées, sorry. Cherry L'Amour was the tea club tea. Champs-Élysées, like the street in Paris. Which, if you're wanting to go to Paris and there's no flights right now, that could be a nice alternative, which is a cherry almond tea. So those are the two I would kind of check. Question, can we have a once a month crafty with Jenna? So Jenna says in her notes here, hey, I'm game. So, yeah. I assume that you're referring to the crafty shenanigans that were uncrafty with Jenna. And yeah, I would say we could all use the moment of brevity. So if Jenna is game, then we'll do it. So yeah, let's all get uncrafty with Jenna. Let's see. Checking in on the feed here. Thank you, Heidi. I'm glad you like the Huckleberry tea. Let's see. For making more than a single cup of iced tea, do you have measurements for like a half or a full gallon, specifically for the Huckleberry tea? So you just have to do Google, and Google will do the math for you. So it's 1 to 2 teaspoons, 8 ounces of cold water. So you just multiply up for the size of your container and then multiply the teaspoons by the same. The Huckleberry tea, you probably only need 1 teaspoon, but if you try it and it's not strong enough for you, you could do 2. I'm going to take a break from questions for a second. I wanted to mention, don't forget the virtual tea party on Saturday, but also I wanted to make sure that people saw we're actually made an announcement on April 1st that was not a gag, that we are doing 2 $5 teas every month now, forever. So what we found was it was kind of hard to get around to all the herbals and the blacks, or herbals and caffeine. And we have so many people that like having a no caffeine option. We are doing 1 caf and 1 no caf, $5 every month. And so for the month of April, the caffeine $5 is coconut a la creme. We are making it every day. It's so popular. It's quite tasty. And the $5 no caf is the Oregon Breakfast Decaf. So it's a honeybush tea. hazelnut and orange. So if you need to get off the caffeine and you are a coffee person, you might try that. And hazelnut is very popular with our coffee people. So I'm going to stop and take a sip here. Hi, Angelita. I'm so glad that Jan made your day. Jan is our... kind of bugs out here. Jan's our customer happiness coordinator, and she deals with all of your emails, of which there are lots. And so hopefully everyone's having, let's just see, all the new feed things. So we really appreciate her handling all those queries and questions and chasing things down for folks. It's interesting. Jan usually is only in the office one day a week because she lives outside of Portland. We haven't seen her for weeks, and we really miss her. So, Jan, if you're watching, we miss you. I hope you're in the office again soon. Let's see. Anything else, Jenna, that you want me to cover for announcements? Okay. Yes. So one other thing I wanted to make sure that people know about, if you just go to the homepage of Plum Deluxe, you will find some squares right down the middle of the page, and they have all of our free resources that we have out right now for those of you who are going crazy or really struggling with your mindset during the shutdown and quarantine. So we have free coloring pages, we have free 3-minute meditations that you can listen to while your tea is steeping. So no excuses about not having enough time. We have, Jenna has curated some great Spotify playlists, and I feel like I'm missing something, but we have a lot of great extra resources for you guys that are all free, and you don't have to put in your email or anything. So if you're new and just want to learn more about us, that's a great way to do it. Let's see. And this is my squirrel mug from Kieran. It always is a good laugh, I think. Aaron, Clary asked, what am I drinking? I'm usually drinking one of the nutty teas, so I made iced cold brew, toasted nut brulee. I am addicted to that tea. That's definitely my unsung hero of the lineup. It's not as popular. I know it has a lot of like every kind of nut available in it, but that's what makes it so delicious and yummy. Let's see. We have a couple more questions. Will Royal Wedding Blend come back? It will not, because it didn't leave. It became a forever blend last year. So it is available forever. I see we have a question about tea swaps. Melissa asked about when's the next tea swap. Right now we're just putting a pause on the tea swaps. We don't want to ask anyone to go out to the post office unnecessarily. So we will pick those back up as soon as it feels like it's a safe thing to do so. We did, however, a couple weeks ago do an encouragement swap exchange, which was a lot of fun. We just traded people's emails, which I thought was fun. I saw some people did some great stuff. I'm always blown away by the generosity of folks in this community, gifting ebooks and all sorts of things. I thought that was really sweet. So for those of you who participated in that encouragement swap, that and did those nice things, that I really appreciate that. That was above and beyond. So thank you for that. We will probably do, I mean, depending on how things go, we may do that again or try something different. So we'll see. Let's see. Erin Cleary mentions a tea that she really likes, that she wants to be a forever blend. So I'll mention this right now for those of you who have not been with us for a long time. Every year in August is Customer Appreciation Month, and something interesting happens that month. Lots of specials happen, but one thing that we do is that we give customers the option to vote to bring back a tea forever. So that could be, for example, tea club blends that people liked, or something that was seasonal. In this case, Erin is mentioning a tea that was in our advent calendars. And so that's one way where we let you guys decide what we should do. So, Erin, you got a couple months to vote. So, let's see. Ricky says, please make cream Earl Grey a forever flavor. Ricky, have you tried creme brulee Earl Grey? I believe that was the winner of last year's Forever Blends contest. It's definitely around all the time. And also a popular one, so check that one out. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Any chance Picard will return in June for Earl Grey month? I've had several comments. I've had this question several times. The answer is always the same. Yep, Picard is confirmed for June for Earl Grey month. As long as we can get our bergamot in for the Earl Greys, which hopefully won't be a problem. But yep, we're still planning. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, in June we do an Earl Grey month special where we have some limited edition Earl Greys and we do quantity discount. So the more Earl Greys you try or buy, the bigger the discount. So it's a lot of fun. It's the first time we ever did kind of a monthly theme like that, and it's I think this is maybe year 5 or 4. We've been doing it a long time. It's always a lot of fun. The teas that are the limited edition always change each year. So always are trying something new. So we ever do a grape tea? For grape tea, do you mean grapes or like grape leaves? There's actually a company that sells tea with grape leaves. But there is the Candlelight blend, which is a white grape. So you might try that. Let's see, popping over the feed here. You're welcome, Diane. And you're welcome, Ashley, who's going to go broke in June. Let's see. Just looking at the time, we just have a couple more minutes, so if you have questions, be sure to get them in there. Let's see. Erin Cleary asked, have you ever done a plum tea? We have. It's called Sugar Plum. Plum teas are a little tricky. Yeah, I don't know. If it's just me. Maybe it's I'm particular. But I have high standards. And if it's going to have plum in the name, it's got to be pretty good, right? Plus, plums are always difficult to find, at least for the way we want them. So let's see. We have some more questions flying in. You're welcome, Kim. Just asking about eggnog flavored tea for the holidays. We did one this year. Well, not this year, but the past holiday season. It was in the Advent calendar. It was a good first start. I think we need to work on it a little more. So, we'll kind of see. Ashley's asking, have we done a pineapple tea? We have. We have pineapple sage in the fall seasonals. We had pineapple Earl Grey last year. And then there's pineapples in, I feel like I'm on a game show or something. Tranquil Peach has pineapple, I think. I always get pineapple and coconut mixed up in my head. There's definitely something else. Oh, we have Pineapple Pop, which was a Tivana blend that we kind of remade for our own purposes. So I love a good pineapple tea. Let's see, what else is going on here? Yes, we'll be doing Advent teas. Been doing Advent for a few years now. Hard to live without it, I think. I think we'd have a riot on our hands. I saw we have a new person. Wanted to say hi. Who was that? Jennifer Smith. We're so glad to have you. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Anything else, Jenna? Oh, I didn't see that. Where does our bergamot come from? Italy. Most of the good stuff does. So we'll kind of see. Hopefully the situation there doesn't kind of impact that. But we have plenty right now. So that's kind of how I personally and us as a company are handling things is where are we right now? What do we need to focus on right now? What's kind of coming up next? Just take a breath and keep your focus. It's very easy to get overwhelmed and overthink things in situations like these. So just one day at a time. Let's see. Who said this? Thank you, Kim. This is my backyard. Let's see. Joan, some of the teas people are naming I did not see on the website when I ordered earlier. Well, I think we're talking about some ideas and then some teas that were seasonal or limited edition. So if you're ever not sure what's available, if you go to the website and click on Shop for Tea, and it'll say like showing you 1 through 120 or something like that. It lists all the teas, just in a huge grid. So you don't have to hunt or search around, you just look there. The only exception would be if you're in the club and you're looking for your tea club blends, you have to pop over to the .club site to get to those. But let's see. Would love some oolong. Maybe you already have. We do have several really great oolongs. Peaches and creams, probably the most popular. There's black currant and vanilla, which is really nice for an oolong. Something you don't see very often. The toasted nut brulee is oolong. So there's some good choices out there. And then we get larger mugs, 20 ounce to 24 ounce. We've been trying to carry a variety, pun intended there, just because we're just really kind of exploring what kind of accessories are popular. So just keep an eye out. We're always kind of changing that up and looking at what new stuff is available. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to wait out. They're doing some construction down the street, so of course they've decided to work while we're going live. Never fails, right? I live in a very quiet spot, which I'm very proud of, very appreciative of. But of course, whenever you have someone over for tea or go live on Facebook, for example, it's like all the crazy breaks loose. Let's see. So we have another great question. How about teas to mix with lemonade? So like Arnold Palmer's. I want to say we have some Arnold Palmer recipes on the blog for sure. Guys, just remember we have a blog that's been running for years and so many tea questions are answered there. So it's always a great place to go to first. The tea that pops into my mind for a really interesting Arnold Palmer is the Vista blend, which is the apricot lavender herbal tea. So that's a good one to check out. Peaches and cream would be a good one for black. Maybe the strawberries and cream rose. Those would be the ones that I think of off the top of my head. And then we have a question, are Jenna and I related? Oddly, we are not. I'm sure that question is related to the fact that both of us have such a delightful persona and sense of humor, as well as our good looks, but no, we're not related. Aaron Cleary's recommending using the butterfly pea flower for the lemonade Arnold Palmer's, which I totally forgot about. That's also a great choice. And we have the pea flowers in both just by themselves, which you would just put into your lemonade to change its color, or the magic butterfly blend, which is a tea, herbal tea, with the butterfly pea flowers in it. And if you go to look up either one of those products, you'll see a video of me on camera putting the butterfly pea flower mixture into the lemonade, and it changes color. So you have to check that out. It's pretty cool. Alright guys, I think we're going to wrap up for today's Q&A. I really appreciate those of you who came to join us and submitted questions. I hope you found it interesting. Don't forget, virtual tea party on Saturday. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you for all of you who have been supporting us. We really do appreciate it. And we're just thinking of all of you who, are not in the best of place with these circumstances, people who are out of work or unwell. It's heartbreaking, and so let us know how we can support you. We really do appreciate it. I will be doing another live soon with Jenna, my not related sister. So until next time, guys, thanks for hanging out here in my backyard. We'll probably have to do a different angle next time because the camellias will be gone. We'll have something else growing. But until next time, take care, be well, and happy Easter.